This could be one of the most important crypto videos you ever watch. Having been meticulously careful with my crypto holdings throughout my entire crypto career, one small tiny mistake can flip your world on its head. Hello and welcome back to TommyDoesCrypto. This video is going to be a bit more solemn and downbeat than usual, as just this week, to my utter devastation, a team of elaborate and well-organized crypto scammers got access to my Kaspa KRC-20 memecoin wallet and stole funds totaling $19,505 I wanted to share this story with you guys since hopefully it could save some of you out there who are watching this video from falling victim to the same kind of awful scam, which I would not wish upon anyone. The crypto industry really is the Wild West, and speaking to many others out there, you will learn that for the large majority of crypto users, getting scammed is one of the toughest but most important life lessons that us crypto investors can learn from and avoid in the future. Ultimately, it can happen to anyone, even after years of being careful. One moment of sloppiness or complacency can result in immense and irreversible devastation. This video is not all doom and gloom, however, because if you do watch until the very end, you will hear how this awful story turned into an incredible one, and how the Casper community came together in such a heartwarming way, showing its true character as the best online community I have ever been in. So, where does it all begin? Well, for those of you who may not know, Casper is the world's first trilemma solver. It is effectively the first ever scalable proof-of-work crypto that does not compromise on decentralization or security. For the crypto purists out there, Casper is truly the best cryptocurrency to grace our screens ever. It embodies the very vision of Satoshi Nakamoto, but serves to iron out the pitfalls and shortcomings of Bitcoin by being far more scalable due to its utilization of the revolutionary block DAG structure and Ghost protocol while still maintaining Nakamoto consensus. Casper really is the first scalable, secure, decentralized peer-to-peer electronic cash system. It is effectively Bitcoin 2.0. As with any modern network these days, ecosystems are being built on top of them to encourage further usage of the chains, or DAGs, with the likes of smart contracts and tokens and projects. With that comes a swarm of zero utility memecoin tokens created onto the network, which serves to attract traders and more initial usage, as well as adoption. Just over a month ago, on September the 15th, the KRC-20 was released by Casper, and for the first time in Casper's history, it allowed the creation of tokens onto Casper's mainnet network through inscriptions. As with any brand new ecosystem, a huge level of initial hype captivated many to take part in the trading and investing of the very first meme coins built and traded on the Casper network. A network that is currently clinically undervalued and has the potential to hit billions and maybe one day trillions of market cap. So, seeing this as an amazing opportunity to increase the size of my own main Casper bag by trading these meme coins, I took advantage of being an early investor and started buying the tokens I found to have a high potential for success. Obviously, as with the nature of meme coin trading being high risk, particularly with as new an ecosystem as this, I didn't place a huge amount of money into them, and my main Casper bag remained mostly untouched on my Tangem cold storage wallet. But boy oh boy did the trading work well. In a matter of a few weeks, I was printing absolutely huge gains and money, and although the bull run hadn't technically started yet in the main crypto market, it felt as though I was in my own little bull run bubble on the KRC-20. Investing in an array of tokens I saw as high potential plays, to name a few of my top earners, I made a 300% increase on Nacho, 350% increase on Caspi, 400% increase on CasJack in the space of one day, by the way, a 600% increase on Bert within a week, and even a huge 800% increase on Conan. I was feeling on top of the world, and the risk to buy the meme coins early really had paid off, and soon I was going to be looking to scalp my profits and increase the size of my main Casper bag, then let the coins run into 2025 and likely looking to be printing huge X's as we enter the crypto bull market next year. It was all going perfectly. By the way, I should address the fact that for all these KRC-20 tokens, the only way to trade them at this stage was by using a Telegram bot, as the majority of them were not listed on centralized exchanges just yet, and there isn't a Casper DEX to use either. Everything had to be done using the Telegram KSPR bot, which had actually been great and very easy to use and secure. However, one day I attempted to make a listing to sell a small portion of one of my tokens, but there was an error which prevented me from doing so. This was an error which, since sharing my story on Twitter, I have heard a couple of people mention has been around since the KSPR bot was first launched a month ago, so fingers crossed it is fixed very, very soon. Little did I know that this small error would take me wandering down the very wrong rabbit hole. After a couple days, still concerned that this error was not resolved, I went onto my Telegram and scrolled to a group named the official KSPR bot Telegram. This was a group which I had joined when I first began using the official KSPR Telegram bot, but this was my first major mistake. You see, there's a setting on Telegram which is automatically on by default, which allows everyone to add you to a group if they desire to. And I had not known that this setting was turned on for me, and unfortunately, while I thought that I was clicking on the real official KSPR bot chat room, I was in fact clicking on an identical replica imposter chat room which had been reproduced by scammers and populated with many members. The sad thing to me now is that this chat seemed very active with both a lot of real individuals and bots, therefore this is still a scam that is likely ongoing at the moment. This was phase 1 of me letting my guard down, as obviously I had already been deceived into thinking that I was in the real chat room, and I hadn't looked too closely into the details since I joined the real one a couple weeks back, so felt no need in the moment to. I realised now part of the reason my guard was down too is that I hadn't spent much time at all looking at the real official Casper bot Telegram group when I first joined, so seeing this fake server, I was not able to compare it to anything that I had previously seen and did not realise that it looked slightly strange. I glanced into the imposter chat briefly and saw a message from the admin of the server suggesting that there was a dedicated effort by scammers in the group. So I guess in the moment I had assumed, oh well, I best be careful here. The next message I see is this group help bot, which I presumed in the moment could help me get in contact with one of the admins or one of the support team who could resolve the error that I had been having. I click onto support and it takes me to a direct chat with the admin. To make sure that I'm talking to the admin, I check his username, then I check the username of the admin who typed the scam warning in the chat, and it matches up exactly, suggesting that they are the same account. This is the fatal error here for me, as it makes me almost entirely drop my guard. Obviously, little did I know at the time the whole server was a scam, so checking the usernames meant nothing anyway. Anyway, I reach out to him and he provides me with the exact assistance I need. Unfortunately, he has me blocked still, so I cannot show you the chats. The fix that he provided to the error I was having was actually quite simple. All you have to do is change the bot and attach the wallet to a different bot on the long list of KSPR bots. This was a solution that I had already considered a possibility, but hearing the admin tell me, I realized it was correct. So the scammer had actually given me the correct resolution here. But he then sent me a link that looked like this, and I instantly thought, oh, that's just a shortcut to the other KSPR trading bot. I did, however, hesitate, and I wish in that moment I had hesitated for a bit longer. I have been in crypto for a long time now, and my number one rule has always been to never click any links. However, in the heat of the moment and the rush that I was in, as well as confirming that he was the admin on the main server, which I had not known was entirely fake at this point, I stupidly clicked the link thinking that it was a shortcut to the real Casper bot. But instead, it took me to a completely identical replica of the KSPR bot, which of course I could not tell apart from the real thing, as you can see here side by side. Just like how I would have had to do with the real bot, I needed to import my wallet to the bot in order to use it. Thinking that I was entering my passkey into the real bot, I typed it in and clicked enter. However, I was hit with the automated message, your seed or private key is invalid, please try again. This was the moment that the scammers now had access to my wallet and passkey, however I still had no idea. I double checked that I had entered my passkey correctly and thought it was very strange, so I tried again. Thinking that it was a visual error with Telegram, I quit the app. I then reloaded the app, and then this time I clicked on the real KSPR bot, not realizing there was a difference, and I entered my passkey and the wallet was successfully connected to the bot. I did /balance now on this real Casper bot and saw that all my funds were there in the wallet. So, unbeknownst to me, this /balance was likely moments before my entire wallet was drained by the scammers by connecting to their identical imposter bot, just half a minute before. I then did /my listings to check if switching the bots had alleviated my ghost listings error from earlier, and it had. Then, a couple hours later, loading back onto the real Telegram bot, I did /balance only to see that my wallet was completely and utterly empty. A moment of sheer panic crossed over my mind. Still unaware that the admin I'd been messaging earlier was the scammer, I quickly reached out to him for help since he had offered me, or so I thought, the solution to my previous error. After a long back and forth, I asked him if he could jump on a call with me since he was unable to answer some of my questions over text, and I remained confused as well as suspicious about some of the things that he had been saying. All the way through the call, he assured me that my funds were safe and it was simply a visual glitch with the tokens not being displayed. But obviously, as I was very suspicious, while I was on call, I pulled up cas.fyi on my computer and I inputted the wallet address to see if any of my funds had been transferred out of my wallet. And then my face dropped. I realised that all the tokens in my wallet had been transferred to another unknown address to me, which I assumed was the scammers. While on call, I began to question the imposter admin about this, as it clearly was not a visual glitch on Casper bot. He came up with some nonsense half-technical reply about how my funds were still safe and they were still under another address but within my wallet, which obviously sounded ridiculous to me. By the way, I was now obviously at peak levels of suspicion, all my alarm bells were going off. Although, when you're in situations like these, with everything that's on the line, you pray that your senses are wrong and that there is hope even when it's sounding worse and worse. As I continue asking probing questions, trying to find flaws in the scammer's dialogue, I realise that the fake admin is trying to extract even more funds from me, and telling me that the only way to fix the supposed visual glitch and display my tokens is if I connect my main Casper wallet, which is stored on Tangem, to the bot. Okay, obviously at this point all of the alarm bells are going mental in my head and there is no way in hell that I would connect my main Casper wallet to this bot, especially if there's a chance that my KRC-20 wallet has already been compromised on it. I then ask the fake admin if he can put me through to someone else so I can confirm 1,000,000% that I am currently talking with the scammer right now. He then sends me the details of Dwayne. However, this is an imposter of the real KSPR bot admin Dwayne, and I can see that his username is wrong. This is the moment that gives me the true confirmation that my KRC-20 tokens worth around $20,000 are unfortunately well and truly gone. And the admin, who I had thought was legit at first, was the scammer, and thus it dawns on me that so too, quote unquote, the official Casper bot server, which in fact is a complete fabrication of the real thing. In the moment, this hit me like a ton of bricks, and this was one of the lowest I've ever felt in my life. Grief instantly hit me like a train, and it felt like I had just had a sucker punch to the stomach, and began instantly feeling sick to my very core. The whole thing slowly began to unravel in my head, and I couldn't believe the mistakes that I had made, and now it was all too late. It felt as though I was experiencing an awful, never-ending nightmare which I couldn't wake up from. At first, I didn't want to tell a soul, as I felt stupid to have fallen for such a scam, but later I realised that perhaps it was best to get the word out there to the real KRC-20 admins and contributors, as perhaps they would be able to prevent the scammer from selling on the KSPR marketplace. Someone kindly referred me to RazCrypto on Twitter, who by the way was an amazing help, and I couldn't be more grateful for him. He was able to reach out to some of the exchanges, including CoinEx and XT Exchange, and they were swift to blacklist and block the scammers' immediate wallets. After a very long and sleepless night, I decided to throw on a movie to take my mind off the devastation, and I began watching a familiar movie, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Strangely enough, the movie ended with this line from Luna Lovegood. "Anyway, my mum always said, the things we lose have a way of coming back to us in the end." if not always in the way we expect. As silly as it sounds, this gave me a glimmer of hope that maybe there was hope to rebuild and reobtain my lost tokens one day in a way that would surprise me. And so I managed to get a few hours of sleep and was up in the morning talking to a number of individuals who had reached out to help me already. I had seen people on Twitter losing funds in crypto scams before, and I had always prayed that it would never happen to me, and me being on the other end of that tweet. But that morning I decided to write a long and detailed tweet covering the story of how my entire KRC-20 wallet was stolen by scammers, hopefully as a means of raising awareness for and preventing others from losing their funds in a way like I did. What struck me most was that within such a short period of time after posting the tweet, there was an insane level of support I received from my own followers as well as the wider Casper community. People were personally writing to me in my DMs and offering me assistance, as well as sharing similar stories that had happened to them, or even just words of encouragement that there were brighter days ahead, which truly did help lift my mood. So I can only say thank you. Thank you for everyone who showed their support to me during this tough time. On top of people's kind words, some even offered to send me generous donations out of their own pockets to help ease my pain. The generosity and kindness of these people who had never met me in real life but were willing to help me out over the internet because we share the same common interest is truly something special and heartwarming for me. Even many founders of different KRC-20 meme coins reached out to me offering to send me donations, and the team over at Casper, which had been my #1 KRC-20 holding, even on their own accord decided to set up a little fundraiser for me within their community, which is truly one of the most kind things I could have ever imagined someone doing for me in this situation. Thank you so much, Casper. Less than 12 hours after my tweet about my stolen funds, this was my new wallet. It had received donations covering the entire amount of funds that had been stolen. I was, and I still am, truly in awe at the generosity of the Casper community. Never in a million years did I think that the community would band together so much to support me when I was this down. I cannot thank you all enough. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate each and every one of you guys so much, and this is an utterly beautiful thing that happened. The Casper community coming together in a time of pain highlights the true character of those involved with this amazing community. Your support will forever be cherished by me, and hopefully soon I'll be able to repay the favour to others in need. The donations, in fact, slightly exceeded the total value of the funds that I lost, so I will be donating all the excess to help support Casper in the best way that I find, whether that be funding initiatives or helping out those who were scammed like me. I feel incredibly blessed and unbelievably lucky to have had such a helping hand from the community that I love so dearly. I hope that this video teaches you to learn from my mistakes so you don't have to experience what I did firsthand, as it feels like the worst feeling in the whole world. Also, in the spirit of learning, I'll quickly just end on how you can minimize your risk to falling victim to such scams. Firstly, be careful with fake websites and support accounts directing you to fake KSPR bots with identical user interfaces. Secondly, never click on random links, only use official links. Thirdly, once you have been scammed, the funds are unrecoverable, so anyone offering to help you to retrieve your stolen funds is likely a scammer too. And lastly, if you're using Telegram, make sure to go into your settings and check that nobody can add you to random groups. Obviously, while a Telegram bot is not ideal, soon enough Tangem support for KRC-20 memes is coming, as well as many more CEX listings, so fingers crossed that will come soon. For now, please stay extremely safe, always keep your guard up and be very careful. Thank you so much for watching all the way through this long video. If you would like to, you can check out some of my other videos. I'm incredibly proud to have built a strong community here on YouTube as well as on Twitter already, in addition to being a part of this superb Casper community. Onwards and upwards. My Casper weekly alpha update should be out later this week. In the meantime, you can check out my Twitter, TommyDoesCrypto, for the latest Casper and KRC-20 news. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.